Good evening, Shabbos, everyone. Parshas, Mishpatim, Shabbos, Mevorchim, the month of Adar, Mishnichnas Adar, Marbim B'Simcha, getting ready for a month of Simcha. Simcha breaks all boundaries. Simcha's Parshas Geder. So we're living in very, very challenging times, very extreme times. And the same day that Klal Yisrael had a very horrible morning with the burying of two young children that were murdered viciously by horrible terrorists not far from here in Gaza, and the continuation of the brutality that they continue to inflict on Klal Yisrael. That same day, a few hours later, we have a tremendous miracle. Mamish, a tremendous miracle. Buses that were supposed to explode, killing possibly hundreds of people. Miraculously, this plan was foiled. So we're living Mamish in tremendous times. These are the signs of Mashiach. And this week's Parsha, Mishpatim, the Chassidish Parsha talks about this one theme from the Torah or Torah's Chaim, the Rebbe's Memorim, the idea Kisikni Eved Ivri, like the Rebbe said in the first Maimer 1951. We spoke about this before. The idea is that Moshe Rabbeinu, God's telling Moshe, you have to make a kinyan in Klal Yisrael. You have to make an acquisition in Klal Yisrael. And what's it mean to make an acquisition, a kinyan in Klal Yisrael? Just like when you acquire something, you take ownership of something. Jewish people have to take ownership of their Yiddishkeit, take ownership of their identity, take ownership of their relationship with Torah, mitzvahs, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Hashem. And like the Rebbe explains, the idea of a kinyan, to make an acquisition in something, is not that you're taking something that's never existed before or that you had no connection to before. Kinyan is a revelation, according to Torah, reveals your ownership. And what are we talking about specifically? The idea of das. Moshe Rabbeinu, the leader of the generation, like the Rebbe says, the Moshe Rabbeinu in our generation, the Rebbe in our generation gives Klal Yisrael das. Das means, like the Rebbe says, it has stages of hakara, recognition, to connect to the idea, till the idea of hargasha, to feel the idea of Torah mitzvahs. It's not just an idea that you learn about, but it becomes part of who you are, your identity as a Jew connected to godliness, your connection, your das, in the idea of Mashiach, that it's not just something that we learn about in Sfarim. And when we see these extreme things that are happening, miracles in one side and horrible stories on the other side, all happening within 12 hours, we have to connect to the idea that Mashiach, hine Mashiach ba, Mashiach is coming, and the idea that the Adar is the beginning of a month of miracles. We know that Adar starts the miracles within Golus, the miracle of Purim. From there we go from Geula to Geula, we go to the miracle of Nisan, the Geula of Mitzrayim, the Geula of the get out of Golus. So we have the miracles within Golus and the miracles to get us out of Golus. We have the idea of Mishpatim is Gisikna Eved Ivri. We must make an acquisition. We must take ownership of our connection to the idea of Geula, of the connection to the idea of Torah mitzvahs. And the when we have that, like the Rebbe says, it's for everyone. It's not just for tzaddikim. It's not just for what's called Zera Adam, those who are people, so to say, where they're able to be intellectuals on a higher level, so they could connect to Geula, they could connect to redemption, they could connect to Torah mitzvahs. But even the Zera Behema, even the animal amongst us, the animal within us, that we feel that we're emotionally all over the place. We have to know that we have the ability, and the Rebbe gives us the ability to have das, to connect to what's happening around us, to connect that great things are about to happen. And we finish off the Parsha, like the idea of loitia mishakela, that we should not be people that bury our dead. It says in this week's Parsha, the beginning of Shvi, we should not be barren women, we should not be women who buried our dead. That what it means in avoid, of course, is that we should have real connection to Torah mitzvahs, but also in the practical. No more should Jewish women bury their dead. And chas v'shalom, there should no longer be situations where like we had this week, and we should only experience the miracles. We should push away all the negative. Start only with the positive, starting with the Geula of Adar, starting with the Simcha that breaks the boundaries, going into the Geula of Nisan, the Geula HaMitis Vashlema with Mashiach Tzidkenu. Good Shabbos, everyone. Chazak, be stark.